So, welcome to today's episode. Now, we've got a hot shot agent based in DFW. He's a man of many talents and has a very different approach to a lot of agents. Recently joined us on the webinar system, has been absolutely crushing it. So I'm super excited to have Ryan Barnes on today. Ryan, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So again, my name is Ryan Barnes. I've been doing real estate now for about 7 years here in the DFW area.
Yes, sir.
I'm the top 3% of all agents in Texas.
Let's go.
Last year, did 15 million by myself, 14 million the year before that. Negotiated over $1 million in just concessions alone for my clients last year. And now I'm transitioning. So a lot of it was very Zillow based.
Yeah.
And Zillow now has just gone off the rails and it sucks.
Right.
So I thought the webinar system would be a great way to go. And so far it's been great. It gets me in front of so many more people having the same conversation that I'm going to have all the time. So now I'm just doing it on a bigger scale, and it saves so much effort because now when I meet these people, they already know who I am. It's like instant credibility as soon as I see them because they've already seen me. I've already had a conversation with them.
Right. Already built that like, know, and trust without you having to just do it 1,000 different times on, all these separate calls, which is just awesome, especially for someone like you, because give them, you not only do you do the real estate, but you're also flying across the country, sometimes out of country, acting, working on, big sets, premieres, movies. Give them some recent ones that you've starred in that people might be able to see on their local screens.
So I ended up just finishing. I just shot Barracuda out in New Mexico. That's got Anthony Mackie in it, the dude from Captain America. Out on a Limb, did that in New York. Gravesend, which is coming out season 3. I'm in season 3. That's going to be coming out June 20th, so a couple days. And the biggest one, man, is Beyond Belief. That's like a feature film that literally goes all over the country on August 28th to all AMC, Regal theaters, like literally everywhere.
Let's go. So I'll pop a few screenshots cool. So you can see Ryan in his Batman gear. Usually plays the governor in quite a few roles, which is awesome. So and then obviously you've been in the program. It hasn't been long actually. It's been like what, a month, a month and a half?
Yeah. Yeah. So I look at it as I've done 5 webinars, but really I've done 3.
Yeah.
That's the way I kind of see it. So, the first 2 that we did, it was just pretty general, where it's, first time home buyers, here's the process and whatnot. Then we've really kind of zoned in on my niche, and that is kind of what makes me different. And that's the biggest thing, right? It's not like it's some sort of magic trick or some sort of super duper secret, but I definitely have an angle in what I do really, really well. And then I am very transparent and very honest with how it is that I do. I'm not trying to worry about how to look like this realtor, be like this realtor, talk like that realtor. It's just, and dude, they can see through that a mile away. 100%. And that's why in real estate, I'm a firm believer in you're either really good or you suck. And they know it right off the bat. Yeah. If I don't know, I don't know. Yeah. And I'll tell them, I don't know. So I'll find out for them. But it's once they know and they trust you like that, and especially after watching the webinar, it's like a done deal. You have the client. Now, you might have to go find the home and all that kind of stuff, but the client is mine.
Right. 100%. And I think since you started, what are the numbers now? Obviously, we've had a whole bunch of sign-ups, but then in terms of, like, for example, appointments, pre-qualified, and then closings, where are we at so far?
So just kind of give you an example. So I've got like 7 pre-qualified, which is great. And then I literally just put one under contract from the webinar 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And I met them one time. I showed a couple houses and they knew. And I literally negotiated it. This is what was cool, is that they already knew who I was. They already knew what I was good at. And they knew what I was going to do. I negotiated and they just thought I was, wow, I know. And I negotiated them a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
Got them all the closing costs again, just like I told them I would.
Yeah.
And, but look, I even tell them, look, it's not a guarantee. Granted, I've done this for the last 44 deals in a row. So it's a pretty good track record. And this is what I'm going to do for you. And I did. And it was easy. It was just effortless because I'm not having to try to get to know them and all this. It is just, they're already comfortable with me and they trust me right off the bat.
Right, they see you as that authority and they have faith in the vision. They don't need to. And do you feel like any of these people that you do have these appointments with and they get pre-qualified that they're not ready to buy yet, but maybe they're 2 months, 3 months, 4 months down the line. Do you feel like any of them you could just lose, or do you feel like now they've watched your webinar, they're just bought into you? Like there's not, oh, this realtor's gonna do 1% for me, so I'm gonna, obviously that can happen, but do you feel like you've got them now? Now they're like, have watched the webinar?
The only way that they're lost is I lose them.
Right.
Right? They're not going to lose me. So that's the only way I will lose the lead, the potential client, is I don't stay in contact with them, because that's exactly it. I mean, look, sometimes not everybody's ready to go. Okay. Yeah. And that's okay. That's the pipeline. Granted, I want deals now, no doubt about it, but I'm going to want deals now in 4 months from now.
Of course.
Too. And, some of them just aren't ready yet. And meaning their credit score, cool. I got an awesome lender that works with me. He helps them get where they need to be.
Yeah.
And then also, look, we can get them pre-qualified now, but maybe it's not for that much, right? So it's either like, hey, we can go after it now, and it's 250,000, whatever the hell that's going to get you. Yeah. Or it's like, look, let's make some improvements, get your credit score up, do this and that, and then in 6 months we can hit 400. And it's a big difference. So you're going to get paid well either way. But when you're also that honest with them, like, I don't have to have a sale right now, like, and whether it be a small one, it's just like, what's best for them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they can feel that.
If you want to go now, we can, or not, then we'll wait till later when they're ready to go.
Yeah, 100%. They can feel that as well. When agents are like ready to, like, they're pushing, and it's like, just relax. Let's look at what's best for the client, and we don't need to go ahead and push and do all of these things that is not necessary.
It's no different if you approach a girl at a bar, man,
there you
and
go.
she knows that you ain't. She knows that
you're desperate, and
she knows that you're gonna die alone. More than likely you will, because if I want to approach you, and if you say no, so what? It's no big deal. I'll go talk to somebody else down there. If they feel that, they're gonna give you your number most of the time.
Yeah, there you go. And it's funny because obviously as we started, it takes time to get that quality. You need 3 things really for a buyer to work with you. First thing is like, know, and trust. I think actually seeing you as the authority is the key thing. The second thing is them being a qualified enough buyer to actually do something. And the third thing is them obviously seeing you as like the agent for them, right? Which is obviously linked in with that like, know, and trust. So obviously the quality over the webinars as we've gone on, like with your video ads, and we've worked together closely on that. Have you found that it's improved as we've gone on compared to like obviously the first one we've done?
Absolutely. And like I feel comfortable in front of the camera regardless, but doesn't mean that it's not better. So I mean, I looked at watched some of the very first ones that I did, and they were good, they're okay. But now it's effortless. Like I know exactly what I'm doing. Yeah. I know exactly who I'm talking to, and because I know, they know. Right. I know what I'm talking about, and I don't have it comes. I know it comes across that way because I do, right? And what I saw a perfect example of this is, there's another guy in your that you work with, and he's a super successful realtor, no doubt about it. Like he's a few towns over, he does a ton of business. He's awesome, but he's also doing this in his ads. He's not good. He just doesn't come across like an authority. And if people don't know who he is, and look, if he's in one town and these people are coming from several towns over, not like people are following real estate agents necessarily, then they're gonna move past him, because if he bores me to death, I'm sorry, man. There's a lot that I can do in 55 minutes, an hour, 45 minutes, whatever. It's like school, man. We all got to go to class, but if the class sucks, I'm out. I'm not gonna pay attention. So that's how I know I'm doing well with the ads. 1, people are watching, okay? 2, people are responding to them. And I know that my presentation is good because I can sit here and I can look like, holy crap, man. Like people are actually still here 55 minutes later. Right. I'm doing something right. If these people are coming in and they're not leaving, I don't care if you get 50 people in or you get 6 people in. If those 6 people that came in are still there 55 minutes later, you're doing good. You're
on the money. And not many people have that natural skill and ability. For some people, it takes 10, 20 webinars to get there. So obviously that's very impressive. And, it makes it a lot easier for us to, get quick success. So not every case is like this, but we've utilized that to our best ability. That's why you saw the value in obviously doing the webinars, because it fits you as an agent. Obviously before you were with Zillow, now you were spending, almost like around 5 figures a month, whatever. I'm not going to go into the details, but, you were spending it.
$18,000 a month. $18,000 a month.
Oh my! And obviously, how long were you with Zillow? You've been an agent like 4 years, so like what, 3-4 years?
With Zillow
The whole
for 4
time.
years.
Yeah. And
That's over $1 million.
wow, that's insane. And then over that time, how did the lead quality drop? I'm assuming, and then to the point where it was like too much. Yeah.
Granted, I mean, it was awesome. And I mean, why the hell am I spending $18,000 a month if
There
it's
you
not
go.
working? It was working great. It worked great until it didn't. And the one mistake I made that I'm absolutely rectifying now is I did not diversify enough.
Quick enough.
In my approach to getting leads, it was like, oh, Zillow's great, and I own the whole thing, and I own the whole zip code, so every call comes to me. And this is that was just naive. Thinking that way is naive. So when I'm getting a $5 million sale and I'm paying $18,000 a month, I mean, shit, you get a couple of those. What's $18,000 a month?
Yeah.
But then if it starts slowing down, $18,000 a month.
There's not no light change.
Right?
There you go.
So that's what happened is Zillow, they changed their structure, their system to screw the individual agent.
Yeah.
And I had to go. I mean, that was it. If I'm paying them $200,000 a year, over $200,000 a year, that's chump change to them if they're working with groups and brokerages that are paying them millions of dollars. So it was time for me to go. And this has worked out so much better. And it's proof of that because I've been with y'all in the big scheme of things, no time.
Yeah, it's been very brief.
Already got one under contract. And what's even cooler is they did not think that they could do this.
Yeah.
That's what's cool is they can't believe, wow, this actually happened, right? Well, holy shit, we're getting a brand new house, over 3,000 square feet, and we made that happen.
That is special.
And that's what's cool. And they would not be in that house if they did not watch my webinar, period.
100%. And we're not just selling like every other agent of people. These Zillow leads, they can be rude and like disrespectful, just like, it's just, and we're obviously changing in a lot of ways people's lives. Like when they get on that webinar, like they'll leave a different person, and actually going to take the action of like a different person, which is cool. So that's pretty awesome. Now we've got some cool stuff in the wings. Do you want to just dive into like where you want to go with this and like your vision and that kind of stuff and where you want to take it?
Yeah, I don't want anybody taking my ideas, but that's the beauty of it. You can't take my ideas because you're not going to do it like me.
There you go.
Period. And nobody's going to do it like you. So it's like you can say the exact same things I'm saying. It doesn't matter because you're not doing it like me. And that's what I think a lot of people are afraid of. Like, oh man, it's like some sort of secret. Look, not many people are utilizing webinars, but not like webinars are a secret.
Right.
Okay. So anyways, what I plan on doing now is that I've got a short pipeline, I got a long pipeline. And I want sales now, no doubt. Okay. And however, I know, and I've done the research on it to find out so many people I'm in an awesome position, and I'm blessed to say I'm in DFW because DFW is awesome.
Yeah.
There's good things and bad things about that. One is so many people are coming here, right? That's great. Two, there's a gazillion agents. So you got to be good because, they can go with anybody.
Right.
This is where this separates me from everybody else is how I can talk to them here. So I've done the research. I see who's coming here from California, for example. There is a migration from there. What counties are coming, what cities are coming, and now we're tailoring ads to them because they know that Texas is a bigger bang for the buck, but how? And where? So I mean, $2 million is a lot of money, but it's way more here than it is in California.
Yeah.
So that's all what it's about. It's $500,000 here. Get you something nice compared to there where you're living in like a freaking closet,
right.
or pantry or something for $2 million.
There you
so
go.
It's targeting them, showing them they know that coming here is a bigger bang for their buck, but who the hell do I talk to? Me.
Right.
They're gonna watch these ads and they're gonna be like, this is the dude I want to talk to because he knows what he's talking about and he's literally talking to me. Because that's the situation that they're in. And that's why, again, this is super effective. How else am I going to get in contact with them? I sat around and I hoped they would call Zillow. That's what I did. I hoped they would call Zillow. Now, I'm not hoping nothing. I'm going to them. And it's easy because this ain't a cold call, man. You want to talk to me. When I call you and you've set the appointment, I'm not chasing you. You're coming to talk to me.
Yeah.
So it's easy. Because so many people are like, oh my God, what do I say? What do I say? What if they're going to be rude? If they're rude, screw off because you made the appointment with me.
There you go.
So it's pretty easy.
Yeah, and I think that's the special thing as well. It's like in, for example, Zillow, there's no reason why you're special. You just paid the most amount, for example, on your zip code for them to answer the phone. Or
granted, you got to do pretty good to have the money to be able to get the zip code, so they're doing it. But I hear you.
But they don't know that necessarily, right? They don't know you're paying like the top whatever. So obviously, you're just an agent at the end of the day to them. Right.
Honestly, a lot of them think I must work for Zillow.
Yeah.
No joke.
Yeah, really. Because you have it gives you the premier agent, right? Like the little badge and stuff. So they
don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, they don't know what that is. So yeah, they're very confused. But I think the beauty of this is, I think in general, webinars is so new to like real estate, but there is some companies like Rico Demand, whatever, that do first time home buyer, right, in different markets. And I think that's all agents think when they know about webinars, if they do know about it, is like, oh yeah, first time home buyer. But the problem with that is it attracts people who, are dreaming, attracts people who, live in their parents' basement still or whatever. And that's all they know. But actually the real magic comes, like we're figuring out, me and you and I've done with the other agents, is like when you make it specific to your area, like what's special about DFW, why people are moving there, and what kind of buyer do we want to work with. The beauty of it is you can do a webinar for anything. It doesn't need to be these first-time home buyer, $200,000, leads. It doesn't need to be that. And that's what we're obviously uncovering, which I'm excited to, really expose, me and you. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah. And like, so even kind of on a bigger scale, I haven't even talked to you about this, but, I'm the face of me and my partner.
Yeah.
Okay. So people, and that's perfectly fine. I send him all the business. Now he and I have an agreement that we split the bill, right?
Yeah.
So as well we should, because I'm sending him all the business. And so he's always wanted to put together a TV show, for example, right? When it comes down here in DFW.
Yeah.
And he knows that I can host the thing because this is kind of what I do, but also how we can utilize the webinars for that too.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not like this, we are pigeonholed into, I can talk whatever the hell I want to talk about, right? On the platform.
There you go.
Just because it's whatever I want to talk about. So, and bring them in however I want to, that's ever going to benefit us. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We shift and we do something different.
Yeah.
That's what's nice.
Yeah. And just making it your own. That's the beauty of it. It's your show at the end of the day. No one's speaking, no one's telling you what to do. It's your show, and it's your lead. So, and they've essentially, in a way, you've paid for them to be there, and they've paid with their attention. Right? So it's like you're not annoying them by calling them. They've actually actively registered, given their details about what they're looking to buy, when they're looking to buy, where they're looking to buy, etc. And then so even if they show up or not, then they're in your ecosystem now. They're clicking on your houses that you're sending them on the drip campaign, in the follow-up boss, in the bold trail, whatever the agents are using out there, which is special. So yeah, man.
And that's it. And I think a lot of people probably make mistakes doing this is, one, I know that not everybody is super duper comfortable presenting.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that, but you can definitely get a lot better. And that's where it's probably really uncomfortable. My guess is, if you don't do this all the time and you're not used to doing this.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of people, one, it's not comfortable, so they quit. They don't want to be on camera. They, and all that.
Yeah.
But also, I think if I read slides to you, basically that is the biggest freaking insult to an audience in the world.
Facts.
Because granted, maybe some people can't read, all right, but they don't give them the no choice. Okay, I don't need to read you the freaking slides.
Yeah.
Right. I need to present me and my experiences, my knowledge. And I have stories, dude. We all got freaking stories. I've got some crazy people, right? And great crazy and bad crazy. That's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear, step one, step two. It's there in front of them. I don't even hardly look at those things.
Yeah.
And don't do 20 slides. I'm trying to knock it. My goal is 45 minutes. I do 55 minutes. I need to knock it down a little bit to 45. I don't want to use any more than 9 slides.
Yeah, that's it.
Ain't nobody want to see more than 9 slides.
And the more efficient we can be on the slides, I think the better, because the more stories, anecdotes, special bits from you as an agent, the more you talk about, the more people are going to be bought into the vision. So yeah, I think that's the biggest win. Sorry, I'm just kidding. And then, so outside of that, obviously, before we just move on from the webinar stuff itself, what do you feel like? Obviously, webinars is a new thing. We're obviously growing as a company. We have loads of agents that maybe they'll book a call with us, but then they'll be like, oh, I've got to be on a webinar, or they'll find out more about it, and it'll just be like too daunting or too different from something they've already done. That's a lot of like the pushback we can get, for example, or people will feel nervous about. What would you say to like new agents that, you know, they're for example tired of Zillow, what they're currently doing, maybe they're just comfortable and it's just slowly declining, they're just accepting it? What would you say to someone, you know, looking to potentially like think about doing webinars?
If you don't transition now, then it's going to be too late. That's what's going to happen. You will end up getting screwed over by Zillow. Trust me. I consider myself one of their most amazing clients because I spent a hell of a lot of money with them for years, and I got booted to the side.
Yeah.
All right. There's no loyalty from them to me. It's zero. And I'm telling you, I don't care who you are, how great you are. They got no loyalty to you either. So if you don't transition now, and I don't like slow times.
Right.
All right. I don't. And because I still transition late, but I transitioned a lot sooner than I could have, which was good. So I felt a little bit of slow up. Dude, I don't want that. You don't want, if 2 months is slow, you do not want 12 months of slow, because then you might not have the resources and the money to be able to do what you need to do. And once it's too late, it's too late. And that's how people get out of real estate, because they're freaking broke.
Yeah.
You cannot wait till you're broke to make changes.
100%.
You have to, that's foresight. You got to see it. Change is, no matter what, you choose the time to change. Don't wait for the change to choose you, because Zillow is going to make you change. And if that's where all your business comes from, trust me, I know, then you're setting yourself up to fail, man. For sure.
Yeah, and nothing lasts forever. And I think holding on to something that was working just in hopes that it's going to get better is not proactively scaling and fixing your business as an entrepreneur. That's just holding on to the past, you know, and just being, all in honesty, I think it's a lot of laziness and scared of change without wanting to go ahead and obviously, you know, and
it's comfortable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was really comfortable. So I was wrangling with this decision for a couple of months.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, but they've been so good. Right. I'm one phone call away.
It's like that ex-girlfriend, you know. It was such good memories, but now that's not the reality anymore. You're just looking back on.
It's over, man.
Yeah, it's over. You just gotta cut it loose.
And you're gonna be glad it's over once you move on and you meet the next one.
There you go.
Because if you don't, and all you do is hanging on,
such a good comparison.
Maybe she'll call today. Maybe that one person's gonna call for about that $3 million house.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not.
If they haven't done it yet, they probably not, and she ain't gonna call you either. So, you stick with what you do, you're gonna go broke, and if you stick with what you're gonna do with the past girls, you're gonna be alone. Broken alone is a bad combination.
Yeah, that's such a good comparison. And obviously, it's not been long since we've been working together. I've only known you for like 2 months. But how have you found like working with me, the team, obviously Jonas and everyone else? Has it been like good support and everything like that? You've been feeling?
It's been great. If it hasn't been, I wouldn't be here.
Let's go.
Flat out.
Let's go.
I mean, it's really that simple. So I'm not here to waste time. Y'all aren't here to waste time. I've been very upfront with y'all. Y'all have been very upfront with me. So, and it was like that from the very go. Jonas y'all do a great job at what y'all do.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all each do something different, but you do it really well. All right. You know what you do. Jonas, he's very good at what he did. He explained the program extremely well. I mean, he's the sales guy, right? He needs to do that. And he sold me on the vision of it. Cool. That got me to the next step where I'm talking with you. I'm talking to Lewis. All right. He does a great job of what he does. And you guys have been accessible. That's the biggest deal. And it's pretty amazing that you've been accessible, because you live in like Abu Dhabi or wherever the hell you are, and you live in like you're 20 hours ahead of time, and then next week you're 20 hours behind time. You're probably in a different day.
Time's not real, all right? Time's not real. Whenever I see Ryan calling me, best believe I'm answering that phone. I don't care if it's 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. Yeah, no, we've got to be there.
I don't know where you are, what day you are, but I know you'll talk to me, so if I need something, you're there.
No, that's good to hear, bro. No, it's been great fun so far, and I'm super excited to just keep scaling. And I think it's going to be super long-term partnership. So I'm sure we'll have more calls like this in the future and just chop it up, more results and all of this good stuff. But in terms of we've got like 5 minutes left. In terms of you as an agent, like obviously there's going to be agents watching this that are maybe just doing their own thing, doing webinars. Like, what's something, even aside from the webinar stuff, like what's something, is you haven't been an agent for that long, if we actually look at it, right? There's agents that have been agents for 18 years and they're still, struggling. 1 month they're getting 3 deals, next month it's none, they're relying on referrals, it's all of this up and down. What's some advice do you feel like helps you be different from other agents, helps you be top 3% in Texas in just a 4-year period? Like, give us some source for the agents out there that maybe they're struggling in today's market, 2026, because it's very different, the real estate market today, than how it was like 5-10 years ago,
Yeah.
Even 3 years ago, to be fair,
Yeah. Absolutely. And again, there are successful realtors all over the place, right? And just because there's a successful person down the road, that's great. That's not a threat to me, right? So I know what I do really, really well, and I am extremely honest with them, and that's the biggest deal. If you're not honest, they can see through it, man. If you don't know, say you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal. Also, personally, one of the biggest deals is freaking communicate. And I mean, get on the phone and talk. Not just to your client, but also to another agent. I had just yesterday, a woman said, my God, it's nice to finally talk to somebody that's professional. I'm talking to you, right? Dude, at the end of the day, she and I got to work together. She's not a threat to me. Okay, my buyer gets a house, her seller gets money, and we both get paid, or we all get nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So it is building relationships with your clients and other agents, man. Because if you're an agent selling a house, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm an agent selling the house and you got the buyer, you're talking to me. So answer your freaking phone. Be accessible. Okay? And the beauty of being in real estate is it is your own business. You set your own hours. Okay?
Yeah.
So get that out there out front. And for me, my family knows that if that phone rings at 9 o'clock, I better answer that phone. Okay? And I'm going to answer that phone. If you don't do that, then don't say that you do, right? If you are done at 6 because you're going to spend time with your family, that's cool, man. I respect that. But then at 5:45, you better answer the phone because it ain't 6.
That's very true.
So it's being there for them, because that's when they start getting really pissed. And I tell them, this is a hell of a lot of money. I don't care if it's a $2 million house or a $200,000 house. To that person, the $200,000 house feels like a $2 million house. It's a lot of money, man. So treat them like that, and be there for them, answer their questions. And if you don't, just tell them, just move on, because you're not going to make it anyway.
Yeah, and I think it's perspective, right? And it's like that Texas, that American, southern hospitality, having that to everyone and treating everyone the same. I've personally seen, I think, a lot of agents that aren't that good but think they're really good have a big ego. They treat me like, sometimes they treat companies like us a certain way, and they treat, I think, their own prospects a certain way, and they have this big chip on their shoulder, like they're the big boss. But funnily enough, my top clients, who are obviously doing 5 times more deals than them, they don't have a big ego. They speak to me with respect. They speak to their leads with respect, regardless if someone wants to buy a 50K plot or they want to buy a $5 million house, and I think that's actually a really good point.
Yeah, and I know you're wrapping up here, but just real quick, it's like, I know that you run into that with real estate agents, but you also run into that with clients.
Yeah,
okay?
That's true.
That's the real challenge. I got a dude right now. You want to talk about, you think of stereotypical Texas, is him.
Yeah.
Right? Dude rolls up in a hat, rolls up in his starched shirt and everything, and he thinks he knows everything.
Yep.
Now, I'll be honest, he knows quite a bit, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
He thinks he knows everything. Now, I can either be threatened by that and be like, screw off, or I can work with you, all right? And at the end of the day, he is the boss. Okay, he's the one with the money, not me.
Client's the boss.
I work for him, man. He don't work for me, and I got no problem telling him that, all right? If you're in it, we're looking at a $650,000 piece of dirt. That's it. Your offer is in right now. This guy calls me every 7 minutes, okay, wanting to see, checking in on if I've done this and I've done that. And it's like, look, you can be respectful and still stand your ground and not be run over, right? Look, I know what I'm doing, and I'm not going to make any decision without you, because it's not my decision. It's your decision. I'm going to present you with options and things to consider. But at the end of the day, man, it's your choice. I'm going to give everything to you up front, straight out. If you get the land, great. If you don't, okay. But difficult clients, they're there, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you can't deal with them, I'm going to make 20 grand.
There you go.
You sell this, it's $20,000 for some dirt, right?
Yeah.
Or I can be like, this guy thinks he knows everything, forget it, and I make zero.
100%. Just dealing with the right people, because people can be very difficult to deal with, and I think a lot of people don't have the don't have the experience or the way to actually deal with them in the proper way, and then they can lose a deal very quickly. And the amount of times I've seen, especially obviously with this program, agents come in with an ego. It's like they're not the ones who succeed because their pride is too high to know when they're not doing the webinar right, and they don't want to take my advice on how to improve, for example. And it's just we've seen it a lot of times, but we're going to wrap this up, but Ryan, it's been a pleasure. If anyone wants to hear more from Ryan, he's actually done a coaching inside the program on some real tips and tricks. So feel free to, you can actually go ahead and start a trial by clicking the link below. And you can get access to that and lots more. But Ryan, appreciate you coming on, and we'll talk soon.